All right, Smell Good family. So normally on What's in the Bag episodes, I wait and smell the fragrance but I went ahead and smelled it. I went ahead and smelled the sample. This is the second time I've done that. Like, I just got so anxious because I've been hearing so many great things about this particular fragrance. And this is one of the greatest fragrances that I've smelled ever. Like, this is outstanding. My sample that I got in, I will be getting a bottle of this at some point in time. So I just want to kind of put that out there. I went ahead and smelled it. I went ahead and smelled it. But we're getting ready to talk about it. And it's something that I think you guys will be very interested in. I think so. So, welcome back to a What's in the Bag episode where I've already smelled the fragrance. Let's get the video started. YouTube, what's going on? YouTube, what is going on? What is happening, man? Of course, you got one more time, DEDRICKHICKSJR, and now I'm back with another fragrance video. Smell Good family, hopefully everyone is doing well, doing great, doing fantastic. And as always, man, it's positive energy, it's positive vibes, and most importantly, it is positive vibes only. All right, Smell Good family, we are here today to continue our What's in the Bag series, and today we have a banger. Woo! This is outstanding what we're getting ready to discuss today. So I have been really diving into the house of Boadicea the Victorious. I've acquired 5 or 6 bottles, I think it's 6 bottles from the house with mini samples that I have some more on the way. But this particular fragrance, I asked for it. I've heard only one person discuss it, and the way that he was discussing, which was Bowtie the Fragrance Guy, he's one of the content creators who I check into. I don't watch a lot of just being honest, I don't watch a lot of content creators. I'm looking for a specific vibe, and Bowtie provides that for me. He's one of them for sure. But he was talking about this fragrance a while back, and just the way, if you watch Bowtie, you kind of know, like, you can know if he's really into something and if it's kind of something that you need to get your nose on. So I paid attention to that, and I did. So today, we're going to be smelling from the house of Boadicea. This came in some samples I threw in when I purchased Ardent. And this was in there. And I ordered this one with my own money. No one sent me anything. So, from the house of Boadicea the Victorious, today we're going to be talking about Opal. And this is my sample from Vimba. Comes here, and pretty dope sample box that it comes in. So Vimba fragrances. This is the sample box that it came in, and really dope work that what's going on over there at Vimba. Great prices for niche fragrances and designer, mostly niche. And I highly recommend Vimba, like, for sure. It'll save some money on some very expensive fragrances that are really dope. So I've already smelled this, as I said in the intro, but we're going to kind of we're going to go back and start. So we're going to put a fresh spray on my left hand. I already have a spray on. I almost knocked my desktop over. Oh my goodness, in the air. This is wild, bro. When I first smelled this in the air, I said, yo, what is this? I'm gonna tell you what it is. You get this sweetness, you get this spice, you get this kind of dry accord. There's this kind of suede texture, leathery texture. In here, the quality is bizarre, man. And that's a normal thing that you get with the house of Boadicea. But Opal is one of those fragrances that that really, like, provoke my train of thought when it comes to the world of perfumery, because I'm at the stage now of, man, I'm looking for things to stay excited. I smell a lot of fragrances, I have a lot of fragrances, but I'm always looking to stay excited. And Opal has done that. Boadicea has done that. So the blend is incredible. You kind of get this, you get this coffee this kind of buttery texture to it. Man, this is outstanding. This kind of coffee, this buttery texture, get these spices, get this dryness to it as well. It's not overly sickening sweet or sickly sweet. It is just one of those ones that it's truly a wow fragrance. Now, in full transparency, this does remind me of something, but it reminds me of something that a lot of y'all have probably never heard of. I've talked about this fragrance before. It's a very underrated niche brand, but I've been introduced to a profile that's similar to this just last year, but we'll get into that and get into that in just a second. Because this thing that Christian Provenzano, he takes DNAs and he just masters them. Like they were kind of missing something, and he goes ahead and probably fixes it and then re-puts it out. That's kind of the word on him. True. And of course he does things that are unlike any other. But this one definitely reminds me of something. But let's go ahead and continue the conversation of Opal. This will be in my opinion will be considered a masculine gourmand because of like that coffee kind of vanillic amber style, but then you, like I said, you get these spices, you get this dryness. I looked at the notes one time, but I don't remember them, but I do know that there's coffee in here because it just really resembles it off skin in a natural way. A high quality coffee, not that coffee that's in your break room at work. Not that quality. Like when you go into a coffee in a coffee shop and they using the coffee machines and they doing like you getting a brew that's kind of like, whoa boy. Those type of coffees for all you coffee lovers out there. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So let's get into the note breakdown of this fragrance. Now, I didn't know this was a 2025 release, and I know it's a part of a particular brand, and forgive me, I don't have that particular series in front of me, but I know it's from Boadicea the Victorious. The fragrance is called Opal, and it's a 2025 release. So let's get into the main accords. Floral, spicy, woody, resinous, and creamy. Fragrance pyramid, roll with me. Top notes: coffee, bergamot, black pepper, cinnamon, laurel, metallic notes, and saffron. In the heart, cocoa butter, suede, davana, orris butter, clary sage, geranium, nutmeg, lavender, and rose. In the base, roasted tonka bean, iris, sandalwood, woods, cashmere, which I love, cedarwood, Indonesian patchouli, moss, and musk. This is out of this world. This is how I love my gourmands. I consider this a 10 out of 10 fragrance. Now, this reminds me of a fragrance from the house of Maison de Rock. It is called Mousse de Cuir, and I've talked about it on this channel last year. I've talked about it several times, and I have high praise for that fragrance. And what's the difference between Mousse de Cuir and Opal? Mousse de Cuir is a little bit more richer. It's a little bit more richer. The leather in it is a little bit more edgy compared to how smooth the suede representation in Opal is. And Mousse de Cuir, you have this latte, coffee, hazelnut party going on that really gives it that sweet factor with this cacao note. So similar profiles, but different fragrances for sure. Would it be redundant for me to have Opal and Mousse de Cuir? I'm going to say no. Here's why. Opal provides a much different texture to the fragrance, where you're getting the high quality for sure, but the dryness from the woods, the smooth factors from the suede, the cocoa butter that is really giving it this silky smooth texture that comes off rich for sure, but it's not as rich as in Mousse de Cuir because it doesn't have that cocoa butter note in there. So similar notes that represent both fragrances, but Opal, in my opinion, is the better fragrance because it's the better blend, it's the better quality. Now, is Mousse de Cuir still excellent? Absolutely. but it offers something different. It offers something different. So I just want to kind of break that down in the video. I know this is not a versus video, but those who have tried Mousse de Cuir from Maison de Rock, like, just to give you an idea, it will put you in the mindset of Opal, but Opal is better. This stuff is great. This is a 10 out of 10 masculine gourmand fragrance. Do I think people will love this fragrance? Yes. Do I think people go the other way when they see the price of this fragrance? Yes, especially retail. Discounters is very, very, very expensive. Now for me, this is probably going to be a Christmas gift to myself. Because I'm out here, man. I move around, you know, just in my day-to-day life. You know, I move around. I be places. Me and my wife, we are still actively dating each other, even in our marriage of, you know, many years at this point. So social events, family events, like, this is one that's going to win. For me, this is up there with this is up there with, I can't believe I forget the name of it. This is up there with Blue Sapphire, which I think it could possibly be pound for pound the #1 fragrance in my collection. The quality, the blend, it is beautiful. It's one of the most beautiful fragrances I've ever smelled. And I'm a huge lover of coffee and fragrances. Like, even now, as it's drying down, the suede is starting to represent itself even more, but it's keeping its smooth texture. It's keeping its silky, creamy texture to it for sure. Nothing's getting out of hand here. It's not getting too sweet. It's not getting too edgy. It's just, everything is in sync. Like, everything is just moving at a motion. Like, there's like no skips on like your perfect album. It's like no regrets whatsoever for me. Now this is for me, and I know I am glazing the hell out this fragrance, but whatever. This is how your boy feels about it. I'm a huge fan of Boadicea. I love Opal, and I will be acquiring this at some point. Again, it won't be redundant because of what Mousse de Cuir offers. It's a more richer representation. And some people may smell Opal and Mousse de Cuir and be like, yo, I think I'm gonna rock Mousse de Cuir, because it is a bit more bolder as well because of what the leather, not the suede, what the leather does in it. But back to Opal. This isn't as loud, but I can tell that it's going to linger. Well, not I can tell. I know it lingers because I've tested it on my skin. Like, my sample is, you probably can't see that, but my sample is more than kind of halfway done there because I've been testing it. And when I wear this out this holiday season, because I'm going to have this before Christmas. Lord willing, this will be my fragrance of the day on Christmas. And when I wear this here, it's gonna do numbers. Your boy gonna get a triple double. Wearing Opal, George Gervin, Russell Westbrook, 15, 20, and 10. With Opal, I love this stuff. I think it's a 10 out of 10. Masculine gourmand representation. The blend, the quality, it's for me and where I am in my journey, I just haven't come across many fragrances that hold the standard of quality like this does. Blue Sapphire changed the game. Boadicea changed the game. Ardent, Azrak, Energizer, like, wow. Like, and don't get me wrong, there's other houses that have amazing quality and amazing blends, but it's just something about Boadicea that is really next level. And I've tried a lot of fragrances from a lot of different houses, but where I am currently, where I'm at today, and where I'm thinking right now, man, Boadicea, man, they're really right at the top. And I know they have a lot of offerings, and I'm looking forward to experiencing those. But Opal, through this sample, I'm very glad for the experience. This is a 10 out of 10 for me. I love what this has to offer, and I will be acquiring a full bottle of Opal before the end of the year, probably in the next couple of days. Probably in the next couple of days, but we'll kind of see how that shakes down. But outstanding stuff. Get your nose on it. Is it going to be for everybody? No, nothing is. But I find it hard pressed if someone smells this and doesn't say, whoa, that's really, really good, or whoa, that's incredible, or what is that? When you start talking about the price of this fragrance, yeah, that's when you're gonna see this. And I get it. I ain't judging, because I get it. You know what I mean? But where I am in my journey, I am looking for things like this. And it's worth it to me, the price that I will pay for it. It's worth it to me. It got to be worth it to you. All right. So if this is too expensive, I would recommend trying Mousse de Cuir from Maison de Rock. I would highly recommend it. I love it. It is a date night beauty. I've worn that to a few date nights with my wife, and she loves it. And I love it too. And I'm going to keep wearing it because Mousse de Cuir and Opal, although related, but they do two different things for sure. And this, oh my Lord, from the house of Boadicea the Victorious, we have Opal, is what we talked about today, from my Vimba Fragrances sample pack. All right, so check out Vimba. They have really great prices. I know they come and go with the sample opportunities for Boadicea, so just kind of check them out and see where they are. And there's other Boadicea, the Victorious's website has great representation of samples and things that you can get, so try them out. But Opal, I see what Bowtie was talking about. And again, I haven't seen no one else talk about Opal, I don't believe. Maybe EQ's talked about it, maybe, but I know Bowtie has, and it is Hope y'all enjoyed today's video. If you smelled Opal from Boadicea the Victorious, let me know. If you smelled Mousse de Cuir from Maison de Rock, let me know. I know this is a fragrance that a lot of people may not have tried, but that's what I do. That's why I do this kind of content, because I'm trying to put things out there that there's not a lot of chatter about. Not saying I'm the only person to ever talk about it, because I'm not, but just create more chatter about excellent fragrances like Opal. Excellent. All right, excellent fragrances. All right, so until next time, be cool, be safe, take care of yourselves. Positive energy, positive vibes only. I appreciate the love and support. I don't take it for granted. And looking forward to seeing y'all on the next video. All right, splack it up, splack it down, splack that thing all around. And remember, what you put out into this world is exactly what you are going to get back. Peace. Until next time, splacker. Just doing my hand back and forth. All right, bro. See for yourself. Don't listen to me. See for yourself.